This year's holiday of Pesach is now behind us, but we continue to count the Omer each day as we continue on our journey from Pesach to Shavuot, from our holiday of freedom to our holiday of freedom with a purpose, from our being freed to our receiving the Torah, from freedom to responsibility. The ritual of counting the Omer can and should serve to remind us that each and every day, each and every effort counts. We count from Pesach through the end of Nisan and into Iyar and up into Sivan. Before we conclude Nisan, regularly on the 27th of Nisan, 1 week after the 7th day of Passover, we remember the Shoah. We remember those who were killed due to narrowness and hatred. We honor Yom HaShoah regularly on the 27th of Nisan. But this is not a regular year. As the 27th of Nisan this year falls on Shabbat, we move Yom HaShoah forward to the Thursday preceding. Therefore, please remember that this year Yom HaShoah is to be honored on the day of Thursday, April 8th. Similarly, Yom HaZikaron is honored regularly on the 4th of Iyar, and Yom HaAtzmaut is celebrated regularly on the 5th of Iyar. But again, this year, for observance to not coincide with Shabbat, Yom HaZikaron will be honored 2 days before on Wednesday, April 14th, and Yom HaAtzmaut will be celebrated 2 days before on Thursday, April 15th. It is so important that we honor Yom HaShoah and remember the Holocaust, the horror, where about 6 million Jewish lives were taken. And actually, about 12 million lives were so taken by this government-coordinated genocide. We must remember, Zachor. We must never forget the Olam al Tishkach. Those who do not learn the lessons of the past are condemned to repeat them. Yom HaShoah represents the need for Israel. Yom HaZikaron represents the cost of Israel. And Yom HaAtzmaut enables us to celebrate the existence of Israel. On Yom HaShoah, we mourn the horrific hatred and Holocaust that happened. On Yom HaZikaron, we remember our brave soldiers who paid the ultimate price to fight for the existence of Israel. On Yom HaAtzmaut, we celebrate the existence and independence of Israel. Interesting timing or planning it is, I think, that so much happens during the Omer from Pesach to Shavuot, with Lag BaOmer along the way, and with the Chagim Modernim, the modern holidays of Yom HaShoah, Yom HaZikaron, Yom HaAtzmaut, and Yom Yerushalayim too. What a powerful time of year it is. On Pesach, we celebrated our freedom. And with the Omer, we count our way from being free to being free with a purpose. From our being delivered into freedom to our being delivered the Torah. But along that journey, we count each day because we need to remember that each day does very much count. Each good effort does very much count. Each mitzvah does very much count. These Chagim Modernim, these modern Jewish holidays, from Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, usually on the 27th of Nisan, to Yom HaZikaron, Israeli Memorial Day, usually on the 4th of Iyar, to Yom HaAtzmaut, Israeli Independence Day, usually on the 5th of Iyar, with Lag BaOmer on the 18th of Iyar on the way, to Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day, usually on the 28th of Iyar. These holidays add a further dimension to this already powerful and empowering journey, as we count the Omer, as we remember that each day counts, and as we must remember to make each day count, as we journey from Pesach to Shavuot, from our holiday of freedom to our holiday of freedom with a purpose, from our being delivered to our being delivered, the Torah, from freedom to freedom with a purpose. What a season this can and should be. I will leave you with that to ponder as I wish you a most meaningful and memorable Yom HaShoah and more. I wish you to count each day and to make each day